Elin.
Sydney.
UC Swing. Beginner Blues, lesson 1. Awesome. Okay, so today we started in both solo and in side-by-side, focusing on slow movement where we moved through the movement, okay? And we did that by stepping as slow as possible, doing a step. Kind of a walking on the moon kind of feeling. We sink down to prep, and then push up, and then sink in with that landing, okay? Cool. And from there, we did rhythmic stepping, which looked like this. Okay? And slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. Okay? And these are just basic movement exercises to improve your quality of movement, which is an important part of blues dancing. Okay? Next, we did the transition from this side-by-side position here into a closed position, okay? Now, with leads, being aware of where your weight is and where your follow's weight is, we can control which foot she's on, okay? And when you're on your inside feet, leads right, follows left, you can do this kind of step around in order to come into what we call closed position, okay? And one of the holds, and probably the simplest one to be in right now, is what we call a ballroom hold. It's hands up here but relaxed, leads, backhand, on the follows, shoulder blade, okay? From there, we could do the exact same things. We could do what what we're calling the basic right now, which is a step, pulse, step, pulse, step, pulse. And we can also do the steps and rhythm changes that we did before. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. Cool. We talked a bit about comfort and etiquette, which involves leads, the 90-10 rule, which is you go 90% of the way in bridging that gap between you and the follow, and the follow, if she's comfortable, will bridge the rest. Okay?
If the follow is not comfortable, she can put her hand right there and just press away a little bit.
Okay? We also talked a little bit about the pelvic line, which is the line drawn between the core down. Okay? And the pelvis never moves in front of that line. Okay? What else? We talked about some basic moves, like slides, which look like this. Okay? You start on the same side, you sink down, and then you push off while shifting your weight onto the other foot. Okay? Leads, this is very much a linear motion in that it feels like a check mark. And then down, and then over. Okay? You can do this in both sides. It's very important that it is, in fact, a straight down and a straight line over. Okay? There's no kind of swooping or altitude changes in the meantime, because that is something else. What else? To extend that slide leads, what you do is you sit down, push over, and then on that foot you have the weight on, you just kind of shuffle over a bit, okay? With a partner, it looks like this. And sit down, push, and then a shuffle. Okay? There's not really anywhere that the follow can go except do that. Okay? From there, we did one more thing, which is more of a test of leads, do you know what you're asking for? Do you have your balance? And do you know where your feet are? Okay? And it's a motion that's led very much like this. Okay? We're both on the same side right now. We're going to in, weight shift, down, across, and back. Okay? From this side, and we're on one foot. The prep is leading inwards before shifting my feet weight over to the other foot, then around and back. Okay? We found out that there were two ways of doing this move. This is where we're always on the same foot with each other. And the other is where we're not. Okay? So here, same side, in, and lead the follow over, but I'm still on this foot. And I kind of trail her on the way back. Okay? That's a bit more of a complex motion. We will probably review it next class. Yeah, that's all for this week. See you next week.